Hello, I apologize for being late. There, that's better. I was actually working out, so that's a really good thing. So I made a strange discovery today. When I looked at, and I don't know what made me want to do this, but I looked at displacement cards of, since I'm 7 of diamonds, I look at the Queen of Diamonds. It's really the only movable card I have to look at. So because I thought about maybe doing a composite between my card and the card that I'm displacing to kind of get, I don't know, a little more information on what this year is about for me. And then I noticed in Robert Camp's book, so I'm looking at year 57, 7 of diamonds, no, Queen of Diamonds. It's sitting in this position right here, which is where in the mundane spread, the 6 of diamonds sits, but home of the 9 of clubs. The 9 of clubs lives there in the pure spread. And in the book, it says the displacement card is the 6 of diamonds. So it's going from, it's saying it's displacing the card that usually sits here, but that's in the mundane spread. Hi, Lashana. It's an 8 of diamonds day. Wow, maybe we'll knock it out of the park today, huh? So I was thinking it's not displacing the 6 of diamonds, it's displacing the 9 of clubs. And I'm like, why did I never notice this before? And then the environment card is supposed to be the card that's sitting in your position. So when I look at this, the 6 of spades is sitting in where the Queen of Diamonds sits in the mundane spread in Mercury Saturn. But since there's less importance on the mundane spread in my world and more importance on a balance between that and the ascending mundane and the pure spread, let's always get back to the pure spread. One of my clarion calls, it sits there quietly like perfection. You don't think about it because we don't really experience a lot of perfection, do we? So anyway, I would like to think instead that I'm displacing this year the 9 of clubs. And I thought, well, how does that fit as a displacement card? So the environment to me feels like a south node thing, something that's familiar. And the displacement card feels like the unfamiliar, like the north node, something that you're going for. So if that were true, and I'm just going to ask you all to test this theory out. So for me, it would be, it says it's displacing the 6 of diamonds, but that's the home of the 9 of clubs. That would be the difficult thing for me this year. It would mean that I'm looking for a larger context. Merging Spirit, Girl Boss TV, Goddess Sharon, hi. I just love saying your whole thing. So glad to have you here. So the 9 of clubs fits a lot better as my displacement card. I'm looking for a much larger context. 6 of diamonds would be like, you're on task, everything is going in an orderly way, you're living life purpose. And yeah, while that's true, it's also been much more aligned with that 9 of clubs, which is my Mars card in my hand. And it's been a real career focused year so far. So like that makes a lot more sense. Eden. So does the environment card work? So he would say it's the, Robert Camp would say it's the 6 of spades. I would say, let's look where the Queen of Diamonds lives, what's her home, and who is sitting there in the 57th year. I mean, that's what makes so much more sense to me. And the card that's sitting there is the 2 of spades. That part doesn't really make that much sense because it's my Saturn card, and it's been the real difficult thing. I would have to say, being an environment card, friendship. Yeah, it's like for the most part, it's been really, everything has been really good regarding the 2 of spades up until my Saturn period. So, hey, Jason. Oh, you just jumped onto YouTube, and guess what? I was like 20 minutes late. So the question of today is, if you look up your displacement and environment cards, according to Robert Camp, what he will tell you is the card that's sitting in your position and the card in whose position you're sitting are in the mundane spread. And I always was thinking this was the pure spread. Somewhere in the back of my head, I just sort of made that assumption. I never made the distinction. So this is your homework assignment, should you choose to accept it. Look up, if you can get this guy. Okay, but here's a way to figure it out from Robert Camp's book if you don't have the grid. So if it says that your displacement card is the 6 of diamonds, just say, where does the 6 of diamonds live? So like this is another level of remove. This is kind of a basic principle in the whole cardology thing, is that the more you remove yourself from the pure spread, the further out you're getting from what's relevant, I believe. So your age spread, exactly. So what card are you displacing at your age? So I think the pure spread position that you're in is a lot bigger deal. So you're displacing the Jack of Spades, Lashana, according to your age. So what's your age? And I'm gonna try to remember. We figured out a whole thing about a whole relationship. You let us figure out your relationship last time. 5 of diamonds, 2 of, no, that's my friend. We did you in orange, 6 of spades, king of, no, 10 of diamonds, 6 of diamonds. You're the 10 of diamonds. And how old are you? 41. Okay, so we'll use Lashana as an example again. It's like, pick me. It just kind of happened that way, didn't it? Okay, so the 10 of diamonds is sitting. Okay, Jack of Spades. Let me just confirm this, because the Jack of Spades is sitting in the 4 of Hearts position in the pure spread. So when the 10, oh yes, okay. The 10 of diamonds is sitting in the mundane spread, Jack of Spades, but that is the 7 of clubs. So let me ask you this. Does this year, okay, the Jack of Spades will make it feel like, oh, I'm going through this really big life initiation. Everything's different. It feels like I was handed a different syllabus. I'm in a new class. I don't even know the town I'm in, and everything is upside down. Feels like you're starting all over. Or does it feel a little bit more like, and they'll always be related because of their karmic connection, 7 of clubs, which is overcoming negative thinking, looking deeper into the discernment of a situation, using your insight, like it's a deeply insightful year. Hi, Cosmic Sunflower. Ooh, I'm getting a hot flash. So that would help us narrow this down. Everybody look at your displacement card, because we're running a test. A test, mystic test book. That's exactly what it means. You test out your theory. Okay, so it resonates more with the 7 of clubs then, because that's who lives. You're in the home of. I would say, to say that you're displacing the Jack of Spades is like, no, I just kicked out the renter. That's just the renter who left. The Jack of Spades rents out the 7 of clubs position, and that's where you are. So doesn't that make more sense? So, Jason, thank you. You're displacing the 5 of clubs. How old are you? Oh, which is your PRC, which is interesting in itself, right? Okay, so yeah, tell us how old you are, and let's double check. Oh, gosh, it's so hot. 47. Okay. Oh, I have a really strong detective archetype. I love this. I bet you guys do too. So 3 of diamonds is sitting in the 5 of clubs position. Yes, according to the home spread. So Robert Camp would say you're displacing the 4 of clubs, who is just the renter. And 4s and 5s are very connected. But the 4 of clubs displacement would feel like, oh, I'm being really called to define my thinking, organize it, package it, maybe even write something that is like 4 represents containment and definition, stability. It's not dynamic or changing. A 5 of clubs displacement would feel like, oh my gosh, I'm waking up. I'm seeing things that I've never seen before. I'm having a change of perspective. I'm seeing this kind of 360, and it's like, wow, we're not in Kansas anymore. And it's kind of fun, and it also gives you a sense of adventure with information, which is very comfortable for you, right? As a 3 of diamonds, you've got that 5 of clubs in your moon position or ascending Mercury. So like that's this displacement you're in general. Okay, so what does displacement feel like? It feels like the bath you're in. Your challenge is, I would just ask, oh, you're displacing the 4 of clubs. Eden, what's your card, and are you 52? Is that what you're saying? The question, Jason, would be which feels more relevant? I mean, that's because that's my question, is like, or just how does it feel to you this year since your birthday? Does it feel like you're being called to structure your kind of understanding of the world, or does it feel like it's just rather being called to? And the reason I use those words is because you have mostly odd cards in your spread, and to have an even card would be like, oh, I feel kind of compressed, or even there's a sense of relief because it's not dynamic, and your nature is to be more dynamic with information. So it would feel frustrating to you this year. That would tell me that you're working more on the 4. Are you writing? Are you compiling like a written work of some kind? Because that's the kind of physical example of containing knowledge and information. Okay, so Eden is the King of Diamonds and 52. So does it feel like it's being ruled by the King of Spades? Which brings up the interesting thing that I've also been testing out that does seem to be true. Your age represents the number of the card that you're dealing with this year. So like if you're 31, that's a 5 of diamonds year. And that's how I discovered this, is I had a bunch of clients who were 31 in close succession, because like the universe plans this kind of stuff, and they were all just like, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm so confused. And I was like, So anyway, 52, King of Diamonds. And the question is, what does this year feel like overall? And the calling. So if I did my Queen of, yeah, it's like, it is a bath and a container, and there is a challenge aspect to it. Oh, you need to, but that's your struggle, documenting and structuring my ideas. Yes, because you want to be all over the place, and the challenge is to, well, since the 4 and the 5 are so connected, anyway, those two dynamics of stability and dynamism, you have, one comes with the other, right? Just when it's stable, it wants to change, and in order to change, it has to come from stability, and then it wants to go back to stability. So back to the King of Diamonds. So at 52, you are sitting in the same position, same exact position as Jason. So everything we've just been discussing, Eden, this applies to you. The question applies to you. The answer will be different because the 4 of clubs is your, what is it, your Mars card? So, no, Venus, it's your Venus card. So you're very comfortable with structured information. So do you feel, yes, your Venus card. Do you feel more challenged to expand and change your thinking about something? Have you gotten some new information this year? Is there kind of like the presence of a person or an idea or a philosophy that's just kind of like, I would say that's what would rub you the wrong way a little bit, is like, okay, I have to include, you feel challenged to innovate. That's a really good word. That's a great word, because yeah, 5 is innovation. It's how can we think of this in a different way. So I would say you're activated by the pure spread card position rather than its renter. Okay, you're merging girl, spirit girl, Sharon. Can I just say Sharon? I'm a 6 of spades and I'm 55. 6 of spades. And we haven't talked environment yet. That should be interesting too. The six of, where is it? There you are. You're at the, okay, I'll say the exact conjunction. Saturn, horizontal Saturn, vertical Neptune, which is where then it's the home of the nine of diamonds. And Robert Camp would say you're displacing the five of diamonds. Okay, Sharon. So here's the question to you. Do you feel that your challenge this year is about generosity, having something like taking a cut in pay, having a financial loss of some kind? Nine of diamonds is really about service, a spirit of generosity and giving. It's also, like, we call it the card of universal values. Nines they're hard to pin down in more ways than one. So it would be an expansion of your values too. It would be like, what's a new way to think about my value system? And when you really want to get the essence of a card, make up a statement about where it lives. So Saturn, horizontal Saturn, let's say purpose. What is the purpose of, okay, Neptune, divine Neptune, or divine, it's what I call the vertical. So the nine of diamonds, what is the purpose of having a vision? Maybe that gives us a clue into the nature of the nine of diamonds. How can we reimagine our purpose? I mean, that's just something to play with there. And that's very much a five of diamonds sort of life statement. I feel like I've been going through that cycle for the last 2 years. Oh, isn't that interesting? Sometimes I feel like that too. I look at a card and I go, well, this was supposed to be like for now, but it's like this has been going on. And sometimes you can track that, and sometimes you can't. You're just like, oh, but maybe what I have noticed with people who are leaning into their growth, kind of more conscious, they can anticipate a card coming up. I've seen it. It's really common. So maybe that's part of it. You're like, better get to work now, because 3 years from now, I'm going to hate this vibration. Okay. So let me continue to ask that question of Sharon. So are you being faced with a financial loss, or is the five of diamonds more active where it's like, I need to work on what I want. And probably both of them are present. Maybe I need to get more clear on what I really, really want, what I need. Like, it's the kind of question you ask yourself when you're, okay, I love thrift shopping, but it's like we're shopping at a store that you just love. And you're like, ooh, what do I need? That kind of need. Like, you don't really need it, but you want it. There's a place in your life for it. The five of diamonds it's more fun and playful. So yeah, I would say by your last statement, you're resonating more with the pure spread displacement. What a discovery, man. Okay, let's switch to the environment card. So this would be, okay, so since I'm on Sharon's page, I'm looking at the six of spades. Let's go to the home of the six of spades. It lives in the horizontal Neptune, vertical Mars position. So the life question for you, or the statement of your card, maybe what you're after this year, is being passionate about one's ideal. I could really see that being a six of spades, because when you're like fulfilling your purpose, there's this the ideal, the vision, the dream coming true, and Mars is, I'm going to make it happen. It becomes physical with the spade. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So anyway, what's living there this year in your house? Who is living in your house? Not who is living in the house that you're renting, in which case would be the 10 of diamonds. Are you really busy? Do you have a lot of money coming in? Or is it the Queen of Spades? You're being called to self-mastery, but there's something familiar about it. Like, it's a supportive energy to you this year that says, I'm going to really help you get your shit together. I'm going to be your loving life coach, and we're just going to kind of look at everything. She's like, I've come into your house and I'm going to help you arrange every aspect of your life. So it's like taking inventory. Does it feel like that, Sharon? Oh, you took a hit financially. I hate that. You made a decision to move to a place that you'd never been, to start over. Oh, it blew up in your face. So I'm now trying to reestablish myself to move on. Wow, that's a real ending and beginning of cycle. And that has a lot to do with your age too. 55 is the last year of a 7-year cycle. So on your birthday, you start a whole new 7-year cycle. And I'm feeling it's the kind of skin that you have when this old scab finally comes off and a lot of healing has been happening and it's fresh pink new skin and it's like, ooh, I'm exposed to the air now. That's the freshness I feel that's coming up for you. It really is coming. I'm sorry that you're going through that rough time. I really am. It is so hard and so scary. It sucks. And as a 6 of spades, having that experience, what that tells me is you are aligned with spirit, because a lot of 6 of spades just kind of get easy street and you're like, I don't want that. I want reality. Yeah. Okay. So feel free to comment, but I'm going to move on to Lashana. Lashana says Ace of Diamonds. And you're saying that's the card that's living in your 10 of Diamonds position at 41. I remembered. So 10 of Diamonds is in the 7 of Clubs house. Who's living at your place? It's actually the Ace of Hearts living in your house. So I'm looking at where you are in the peer spread, so Ace of Diamonds is sitting in your rental house. But the Ace of Hearts, so they're both aces, interesting, is sitting in the house. It's vertical Mercury, horizontal Uranus. That's where the 10 of Diamonds lives. And it's like, man, when you think about that insignificant position, is that kind of a relief? Because the 10 of Diamonds in both ascending and descending mundane spreads, one is the pinnacle, one is the very center of the deck. But where's your home? It's this humble little, backwater Mercury Uranus position. Yeah. Anyway, it's an interesting thought. So with that, I would posit or make the statement, and this is how I test everything out. You make the statement that the position implies, and then whatever that card is, you just finish the sentence. So and the statement of the environment is, this kind of comes naturally to me. It feels like a supportive energy. So the supportive energy is the Ace of Hearts, the inner child, the baby, the brand new beginning. It's okay. My husband's using the microwave. It's a desire to, it's a really powerful generator energy that says, I want to give birth to something. It kind of represents in Buddhism the ashe. It looks like the Nike swish. That's where it comes from. Actually, it's called the ashe, and it means like initiatory movement. And that desire is the beginning. That like desire for, it's like we think of it as a desire for love, but it's like a primal love, primal beginning, a love of something. You've been tapping into your creative side. Oh, that's really cool. So I'm getting a hit for you to look at everything that is related to motherhood, fertility, birth, like moon, Venus, all of your mothering aspects. Like all traditions you can think of, feng shui or astrology or Celtic wisdom, any symbolism that kind of talks about a birthing cave. That's an image I'm getting. And look at kind of where you are with all of those various things. Does that kind of make sense? Of course it does. I'm talking to a 10 of Diamonds. Cosmic Sunflower as an Aries. What?
That's a snide.
No, it wasn't snide. It was, we know some distasteful 10 of Diamonds, but I meant that as a compliment because like they're really sharp and they're used to putting a lot of different pieces together. That's where that was coming from. And she said, yes, it does make sense. I stand whatever. As an Aries 2 of Spades, I'll be displacing the 8 of Diamonds. It's my Uranus card for life. Isn't that interesting? Next month. Okay, so how old are you, Cosmic Sunflower? I'm sorry if you already told us and I missed that little piece of information. Okay, wait. You said you're displacing the Seven of Clubs, and maybe somewhere you told me how old you are. Okay, so we're looking at Two of Spades. Sorry, we're waiting. We're waiting on Cosmic Sunflower. 33. Okay, she's 33. Oh, are you having a Seven of Diamonds year? Because that's the 33rd card. That's my card. Do you sort of feel like this is a year to help you realize your preciousness, your uniqueness, your specialness, and how that can translate to value in the world? And I would say, as a Two of Spades, this is a uniquely difficult question for you because for some reason, Two of Spades are blind to their own specialness. It is a particularity about that card. So find yourself a Seven of Diamonds and have them be like, you're so precious, you're so special. Why can't you see it? Like, I can see it. Okay, so you're 33. Two of Spades, you're sitting in the Saturn, Uranus, horizontal Saturn, vertical Uranus. Oh, hello, Eight of Diamonds, which is today. How does today feel to you? Are there some major themes here around conviction of values? So this is what I say about the Eight of Diamonds. Okay, so I'm not saying Seven of Clubs because that's just who rents the house of the Eight of Diamonds. The Eight of Diamonds lives here. So are you having a year of discernment, dealing with negative thinking, insight and clarity? That's the Seven of Clubs. Or are you being challenged to answer this question? What are you unwilling to compromise with anymore? Bring out your asshole. Bring out your internal divine asshole, and don't be afraid to sound like one. It's the nickname of the Eight of Diamonds because they can be, because it's not really culturally correct to be very forthright and strong and clear about who you are, what you believe, what you want, what you value. It's a powerhouse card, and when we get it, we have to kind of let go of our fear of looking like an asshole. And as a Two of Spades, it's your Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. It's your Uranus card, the Eight of Diamonds, right? Yeah, so you have a particular genius about leadership. It's something that comes so naturally and automatically that you're like, I'm not a leader. But when you're put in that position, you do a really fine job, don't you? That would be my guess. You learned self-value the hard way this year. Yep, it would be the hard way. That would make sense to me because you're a Two of Spades. It has to be the hard way to really get your attention. I'm sorry. It was painful. Seven of Diamonds, it's just really hard. But the upside is the potential of a really deep spiritual connection with your source, your spiritual connection, and to self. And it can be a lot of fun too. So yeah, where does that land? That statement about this being your environment card, being really supported with a big push around, this is what I want. This is what's really important to me. I feel powerful with this conviction. That's Eight of Diamonds energy, which is today, which is not to say we all feel that way. I mean, the daily card, sometimes it has a real impact and sometimes it just kind of doesn't, There's so many other things going on. Merging Spirit, Golf, Sharon, okay. It's right behind the heart. There's a little heart icon here. And here, I'll hit it. There, a heart icon. And because the heart icon is there, I can't see. Oh, I could add, now I can see it. Thank you. Eight of Diamonds in Mars for life. Because you are the Six of Spades. Yeah. That sounds like a long time, doesn't it? got this for life. So do you have that? So you and the two of spades, the six of spades and the two of spades here are having a conversation with the eight of diamonds. And with me having this two of spades as my Saturn card right now, I'm having this conversation. Wondering if I need to surrender or like pull up my juju. What's the word? It's mojo. Pull up my mojo. That masculine energy of the eight of diamonds. So yeah, anybody else want to talk environment card? Jason, I forget what your, I know, I got it. It says Mara, and I was like, I think that's Mars. Yeah, Jason, how old did you say you were? Three of diamonds. Okay, 47. And anybody else want to volunteer, that's fine. So 47, who is living in the house of the three of diamonds, and the three of diamonds lives in, oh, the queen of diamonds position, so Saturn, Mercury. So the five of diamonds is sitting in your house right now, offering a gentle sort of energy of, what do you want? What would be fun? So Sharon, I see your emotional icon. I'm not sure I get it. Eight of diamonds energy had me determined to be rooted at home. Oh, good. You got really clear about something. That's great. That's excellent. And is your birthday next month? Hi, Nikki. A vacation away from tech. That's what the five of diamonds is making you want. You're like, I need some time off, dude. What's five of clubs environment? Like a reset break. Yeah. Five of diamonds definitely is like, I need to go away. So this is environment. It's a supportive energy. It feels like it comes a little more naturally to you this year. So yeah, plan that break. Take it. Where do you go for breaks since you live in Mexico? I always think of going to Mexico for a break. Do you go where it's cold? I feel like I have surrendered and I am now in a place of restructuring my way forward. Yeah, it feels like that to me too, Sharon. Yeah. Yeah, does it kind of feel like you got broken? I mean, I'm getting that image of, and when spirit does that to us, and I've just been through that this past month, it's been a really difficult Saturn period, much more difficult than usual. It's just 2 weeks and it feels like a month because I had the back injury, I had a fender bender the other day. And I was like, really? I still was like, it was more than I could take. And I went into a really dark place for a few hours, but I found, I think, what I was supposed to find in that place of being broken. Oh, so you don't live on the beach is what I'm guessing, Jason. You need a good ocean breeze. And no tech. A break from, leave the phone behind. I know, doesn't that feel so good when you're just like, I'm going to read, I'm going to do a puzzle, I'm going to take a walk, I'm going to like remember my life when there were no such thing as cell phones, the kinds of stuff we did. And if you do watch a movie, I recommend Bridge to Terabithia or reading it. It's about kids hanging out in nature. Like, yeah, it's great. It's written in the 70s. It's like, remember when we used to just go to the woods to play? Okay, five of clubs environment for age 48 next year for you. What is your card, Melis? I would guess, let's look at 48 next year. And if you said five of clubs environment, the five of clubs is sitting in the, are you the 10 of hearts? Broken open. Very good reframe, because that's how I feel too. Yes, and your birthday's in the state of Guanajuato. Oh yeah, you need to go to the beach. Do you drive? Okay, so if you're the 10 of hearts, the five of clubs is living in that position. But if it's the pure spread, it's something else. The Ten of Hearts, or no, wait, are you the Five of Spades? If you're the Five of Spades, the Four of Clubs will be your environment card, which is, yeah, I need more clarity. Okay, wait. Five of Clubs environment card for my age next year for me, June 25, 76. Oh, okay, you told me your birthday. You are the Five of Clubs. Thank you. I'm sorry. What is the Five of Clubs? Apostrophe mark. Possessive. What is their environment card for age 48? Okay, so I see you sitting in the position of Mars and Venus, which is the home of the Ten of Hearts. That would be your displacement card. So the lesson would be visibility, family, lots of people, big groups. Who are you to the masses? It could be the challenge of being really visible or needing to market, becoming visible. And Five of Clubs, who is living in your house. So the Five of Clubs lives in Jupiter, Mars, in the pure spread. The Queen of Diamonds is sitting there. She is coming to your house next year, I mean, on your next birthday, in order to teach you to speak the truth to yourself and others with kindness and skill. She's a successful business manager. She can help you figure out your finances, kind of a life coach who says, what do you want? What do you really, really want? And be honest, because this is for posterity. I was quoting Princess Bride there. Okay, so where are you right now? Five of Clubs at 47, you're living in the Five of Spades house. So the difficulty would be, and this is your Saturn card, your descending Saturn, change, having to relocate, a big physical change and movement. And also slowing down enough to become really, really present. It's like an image of meditation. So that's where you are right now. And the easy would be who's living in the Five of Clubs house, which is the Three of Diamonds. Jason is living in your house this year. The Three of Diamonds is bringing you a gentle, kind of expansive capacity, and it's your Mercury card anyway, right? To say, what are my values? What are other people's values? What are the values that are on the table? It's about kind of stretching. Threes are always about kind of stretching something, pulling it apart, experimenting energy. Is there something else that I want that I haven't thought of? So those are some thoughts. So there's some people we haven't heard from very much here. Nikki. Hi, I'm a 10 of Spades. Welcome to the group. Like 10 of Spades are really rare, and that's our relationship composite card. So I feel like it's our destiny to learn what success is by being together. What we have to define it. Okay, I'm a 10 of Spades, 44, the pre-birth year. So you are the pure spread this year. Isn't that exciting? Which means you can't go wrong with interpretations. I mean. 10 of Spades, 44, displacing Queen of Hearts, which is one of your, right. So you're living where you live. So the displacement card, ironically, the way Robert Camp would interpret it is the renter who rents your house. And I would say the displacement card is who owns your house this year. Your homeowner is the 10 of Spades. So the pure spread year is like it takes your DNA and your blueprint and it rattles it so that all the crap falls off. You're being rattled with your blueprint, which is like answering the question, what am I doing here? What's my purpose? What's my design? What do I want to do? And it's really going to emphasize to you that the 10 of Spades lives in that Neptune-Neptune intersection. That's your home. You own that home. And it's the vision, the ideal, bliss. What would I do if I had $1 million, or $1 billion? there's a sense of limitlessness in terms of what is possible. 44, what a ride for you, huh, Jason? Yeah, it was a hell of a ride for me too. That's when Stuart and I met. And as a 7 of diamonds, I transitioned into a 9 of hearts focus. But that year was just like, I remember January of that year very clearly saying, I am putting the goddess on my internal throne, me. A feminine energy is going to, from now on, name my experience. I answer to that and nothing else. I'm not even like a big pagan or into goddess stuff at all. And like this just like came out of the ethers and it was like, this is mine. And it was after a super karmic relationship with the 6 of clubs, who is a very difficult position for me, very instructive, very powerful. Yeah, 44 is a reset. It's a reset for you, because then 45 is like, oof, now you kind of have to step into what's the next chapter about. Here's the life I stepped into. What am I going to do with it? But the 44th year is more about who I am. So who is, the 10 of spades is both your displacement and I think also your environment card. Yeah. Strange year. So it's a key thing to talk about with this particular video. What is the 44th year? Because you're displacing and you're the environment. So you're easy and you're difficult. You get your challenges and you get your, your strengths and your liabilities really, really present themselves. Sharon, I have 10 of spades, Pluto, Clark, for your life. I love how you chime these things in. I don't know what, that is so freaking cute to me. For life. Yeah, so I think what you're chiming in is like, this is all relevant to me. These are all cards in my hand. So 10 of spades in Pluto means success could destroy you and or make you. Think of the successful 6 of spades in the world. Stephen Hawking, Elvis, Kim Jong-un, David Bowie. Like, those names are just like, whoa! Like they had a huge liability and a huge gift, a huge life purpose. Something big was going to happen in their life this time around. So the 10 of spades, this success card, oh, everybody wants me, I'm so popular. It's like, was that Elvis's undoing? Did David Bowie find a way to just dig his keel, his rudder deeper into the ocean of life and like, I get to be who I am, fucking A. I am the poster child for fly your freak flag. Anyway, so that's 10 of spades to the 6 of spades. But I believe I understand my code better. It makes more sense. Oh, yeah, because of your 44th year. I hear what you're saying. Would a 5 of diamonds environment encourage things like taking risks financially? That is a very good way to frame that. I love it. Yeah. Do you like David Bowie? Okay, so yes, Cosmic Sunflower, 5 of diamonds environment. It will make that a gentle place to be for you to ask the question, what do I really want that would create a change for me that might seem kind of scary? Because I'm just, you're the, okay, April 6th, 2 of spades. Okay. Having all those even cards in your hand and just being very, the even card, although I must say the 6 qualifies as odd and even. That's part of their trouble. Their polarity, their internal polarity. All 6s have an internal polarity, and so will the 2 of spades. So yeah, it's a more gentle opportunity for you to be like, okay, if I wanted something that was different and new. Oh, Marvin Gaye, is he also the 6 of spades? Honey, I didn't know that. Marvin Gaye was the 6 of spades.
Oh my God.
It's awesome. 69. Is that your code? Yes, the Cancer Portal. I did this totally wild ass esoteric, like I wrote a paper on it and I don't even think I was in school. I was like, I have to write a paper on the 6 and the 9. And I was like, I tapped into something and it's like, I think Tesla tapped into it too. Are you okay, honey? Just cough it out. Cough it. Yeah, it's 6'9". I'm a 36'9", and my name is 33'6". So I'm definitely, and I'm a 9 in the Enneagram. So there's that triangle of the 369. I like totally live there. Sometimes I get dizzy. Bob Marley. These are characters of consequence. That's what I would rename the 6 of Spades. Maybe I should go in and rewrite that in the report of the 6 of Spades. Character of consequence. It kind of asks the question, what I see is that if you take Easy Street, you're not going to be a character of consequence. If you take the difficult destiny path that is laid before you, it's going to challenge you to your core and possibly break you, and you will be a person of consequence as a 6 of Spades. Oh, lots of diamonds in your hand. That's pretty cool. Oh, the 5 of diamonds, you're saying maybe, yeah. You get lots of diamonds and you get Bob Marley. My favorite 7 of diamonds is not Alfred Lord Tennyson because I don't even know that dude, but Lucille Ball. She's a pretty cool 7 of diamonds. Talk about original, right? And she tried to fit in for a long time and then she was like, it just ain't working. Hey, look at this potato. Isn't that beautiful? Such a 7 of diamonds thing to do. Okay, I sort of feel like we're coming to a close because I kind of can't think of anything else. Your name is 51 or 15 life path, and 15 reminds me of the magic square. Everything adds up to 15 in the magic square. 6, like this harmony thing. 33 numbers of Saturn, 3, 7, and 21. Oh, that's beyond me, Jason. That's the Chaldean thing, isn't it? See, it's like that's how I sounded to people when I was talking about the cards like 10 or 15 years ago, is like how this sounds. But anyway, they're all over your code. That is so cool. And I love that. I love that you call it your code. I love to think about that everyone has a unique code, and Jesus loves your code. Do you know he loves your liver? He loves your lungs, and he loves your teeth. I've been getting really, really close to Jesus lately. And I did this meditation like he's like shaking me loose from a lot of constructs. He's like, I love you no matter what. The other day I was watching The Chosen. He goes, love everything. I love everything. So I was like, you really love this planet, like to come here and do what you did. And he goes, yeah, I love it. I love everything about it. He's like, I even love TikTok. And I was like, really? I love the conversations I have with Jesus. I should write a book someday. Conversations with Jesus. I love TikTok. It was like, I love San Dimas. It was like so crazy. And he loves San Dimas. You're supposed to be a teacher. Oh, of course you are. You're one of those unconventional, they didn't see it coming, but when it happened, it was perfect. And that's how I see you. Supposed to. It's hilarious. I didn't even notice. I was like, well, that's the way it sounds. I feel like because I have allowed my cosmic freak for like all this time. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. 1133. That's your like your name or your birthday. I just have to do a heart or something. to move the icon up. There, we'll do that one. Oh, okay. I have 1133. Those are really creepy icons. How do I get rid of that? No, don't. Okay, now I'm getting distracted. Okay, so I do want to make a big announcement. I've been really dragging my feet with this class because I'm like, nobody wants to go to this class. They don't want to pay for it. Would you like to tell me what you would pay me? I want to charge about 40 bucks. It'll be 1 hour, a Saturday, maybe a week from tomorrow. And I was thinking about teaching about the royal archetypes. Would that be worth it to you to be face to face with each other and with me and go through all of the royal archetypes? And we'll talk about, like, for example, diamond females tend to have issues with club males, because of the Pluto relationship and things like that. And then it can get really personal about like relationships in your life and how they've shifted and changed because you've done whatever work, they challenge you, that whatever. And maybe even talking about the suits of your parents and how they created things. Because like in the Enneagram, you can be a 5, but you got scripted to be a 2. So there's this awkward presentation of a 2, but you're really a 5. Like, what did you get scripted to be? Like, I'm a diamond. I got scripted to be a heart. So anyway, interesting questions like that. And I will do another video about this potential class. That would be really fun to do, I think. So maybe a week from tomorrow, maybe 2 weeks from tomorrow. I need to put my toe in the water of this kind of thing. So anyway, thank you for all your comments. Thank you for joining. It was so awesome that you are here. And I'll see you next Friday. And
Talk about your class.
I did not create all of this by myself. I am so not capable of that sort of thing. I had major help. 2 people showed up in my life who are really good at all of the tech stuff. And I had a dream. I watched our old video. If you scroll way down, there's this video called Brangelina, and we did a cards assessment. Like, they interviewed me, and we did a cards assessment of their relationship. And I did several predictions and stuff, and it was years ago. And it was really good. And it had 888 views. When I looked at it, I was like, whoa. So anyway, I had a dream about them the other night and got back in touch with them. And I was like, hey, you should join my live next week. And I just think it would be really cool if they were there and they would like generate a lot of really cool energy. So next Friday, Laura and Candy will be here. They created Kismet for me, the tech part of it, the website, and and downloading all of my information into, cyber form. So anyway, reset, restart, and master builder, master teacher, merging spirit. Oh. Cool. TikTok is an 8 of diamonds. Oh, all the comments are coming in now. It's like there was a delay. Yeah, we should find each other on our like TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. I'm Kismet Cards on Instagram, and I keep telling myself I need to do something. At least I got it on my phone recently. Your mom is the 3 of diamonds. Wow. That's really cool. That's deeply purposeful. So that you had a lot less resistance in being a 3 of diamonds, I think. Royal archetypes. The Jack, Queen, and King of your suit. Also how you inhabit your cards, or how you inhabit, like if I'm a diamond, and I would include the aces in this. This would be new information because I haven't included those. It's an A, it's not a 1, which means it's in a different category. Aces are in a different category, and I have not recognized that in the card system, and they need to be recognized that way. I think the ace is the inner child, the jack is the creative or the adolescent. The queen is your nurturing mother side, the king is your father or leadership style. So yeah, it's just really fun to look at. And I have a series of videos on all of them in my playlists, and they've got a ton of views. The spades get a lot of views because it means something else in another world. Not gonna go there. But okay, good. Okay. Because Sharon said she would love that, we're gonna do it. I can show you how you can tokenize your art, not scam stuff, real stuff. That is what I am supposed to teach. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I love you guys. Have a really great day, and look for my upcoming class, and be patient with me as I figure out how to sign you up and do the money funnel and take payments, send Zoom link, do all of that kind of stuff. Oh, Cosmic says something. Is it in anyone else's spread that your father is your Jupiter card? You know, it's very common that people's Venus, Moon, Mars, Jupiter, and or Saturn, that parents show up as those cards. That's fairly common. When I was doing readings at, I was in Boulder at the Metaphysical Bookstore on the Pearl Street Mall. So, and I did that for 7 years and worked like sometimes 5 days a week, sometimes 2 days a week. But anyway, I had tons of people file through, and it was astounding how many people had parents or significant, people who were cards in their hand to kind of embody that energy for you, for you to kind of bounce off of. So anyway, okay, have a great week, and stay safe, stay cozy, and stay salty, my friend.